Good evening. It's Monday, April 29th, 2024 at precisealgorithmtrading.com. This is going to be a quick review tonight, no frills. So let's dive right in here to the markets this is the Dow futures and what it did today, our automated trading system. And we had a losing day, and you'll have those. And then this is the Russell, and we've been, I think, 11 trades in a row that just got stopped out all the way down here. So maybe without counting those, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of that. We had one winning trade a while back now. And then this is the Nasdaq, which is, I think, on its way back up again, but not without. It's got to take the stairs up. So, and today's trades, again, all in, were down. So, is what it is. So let's move on to the markets. And if you can see market structure here, this thing I think is going to roll over. It would be really unusual for it to come back up and make new highs from here without doing some. This is a impulse wave down, a corrective wave up, and now we'll have usually at least another equal, if not just a little bit lower, wave to the downside. And that's if we only have a 1, 2, 3 correction move. Otherwise, this could turn into a 5-wave correction move. Let's look at this. I wanted to take a look at the 4-hour chart and see if it's doing anything really different. This is the reason I'm actually short right here on the daily, and I'm expecting it can come all the way up here to the longer term, or one of these is the simple moving average and the other one's the exponential. I'm guessing that's the simple at the top. But I'm expecting to have it at least maybe that kind of range there. But I just wanted to see if the 4-hour would do anything for us, and it really doesn't. The question is going to be, is this, if you project that line that I've got drawn right there, going to hold as resistance? And there's also a 2ATR line at the top there, Keltner channel. All right, that's the S&P 500. So the S&P was up today 0.3%. This is the actual SPX chart. The Dow ended up 146 points. You can actually see that it's turning gray here. It was green, went to red. Well, actually went to gray, I think, first. Back to gray, back to green, back to red, back to gray. And that is the point of this thing, is that if it's gray, it's in transition. The question is which way is it going to transition? We've had a move down, a move back up, actually another short wave down, and another short wave back up, and the question is going to be, where do we go from here? I would expect another wave down, but yeah, there's no guarantees. So let's look at the 4-hour here as well. Certainly could have enough range to get up to the simple moving average there as well, or the 50% line of the previous swing, which happens to be about the same. And the Russell today also moved higher. IWM will tell us how much. It's up 0.81%. You know, all these index charts look similar. So we had all this back and forth all the way up, and now we're unwinding, and again, this is a common place back to the mean where we would unwind back to the downside. So we had all that constructive move higher, and now we're starting what looks to be a constructive move lower. Although it could just be a trade inside of a range from 212 to 191 and just walk back and forth in that until it decides to break out. And if it does that, I'm expecting a breakout to the upside, just not in one straight move. And where are we? That was the S&P, the Dow, and the Russell. The Nasdaq went up 55 points today, or 0.3%. Probably the strongest of all of them, and that was aided by, if you didn't hear this news, Tesla popped 15% today. So this is literally the same signal, guys. The two lines turned green. I took the position long with a stop at that pivot, and I took half my position off the table when it made 15% today. So, and I can let the rest run because this is a counter trend trade. However, you can see we had a constructive move all the way down. One up, two down, one down, two up, three down, four up, five down. Although there's zigzags there, but that's 1, 2, 3 to the downside, and that's usually the end. You get 3 or 4, and now we've reversed, and this is reverse in polarity. So taking half my position off the table up here, I actually have an alert for if it comes back down in, crosses these lines. I got other alerts for just crossing price, and if it does that, I'll be willing to get back in again, set my stop for the other half again, and then ride this thing up if it'll go. Hope that makes sense. Uranium popped today as well. Not near as well, but it's a good position. So let's look at, that was the NASDAQ bonds. Let's look at bonds because I haven't looked at them in a little bit. Nothing really to do there unless you're going to make a counter trend trade all the way back to the mean, and it's, in my opinion, already too far gone. Transports went up 0.28% today. And again, this is anything you do with this, it's either going to be short or you're playing a counter trend trade against the odds. Oil went down 1.1% today and turned gray. So that's the first time after all these moves, that thing's turned gray. So this is a shorting opportunity that I don't think will go down without a fight because the trend has been up. Trends don't give up without a fight. And so we'll see where that leads. We got, yeah, that's coiling to the upside. That will not be an easy bearish trade to take. That's oil. And let's look at gold, and then I'll flip over to the bullish percent indexes or indices. The Fed starts tomorrow, by the way. They start their, I think it's quarterly look at what they're doing with the interest rates. So you hear gold gap down, and it's still poised. Probably actually looks like it wants to fill the gap before it goes lower. Anyway, the Federal Reserve is looking to see what they're going to do to rates, and they will tell us on, not tomorrow, but the next day, Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as of right now, it's like a 97% chance based on the FedWatch tool for the interest rates to stay the same. All right, so we're here, and the industrials went up 6.25% today. The NYA went up 0.93%. The transportation index didn't move. The NASDAQ up 2.14% today. The S&P 500 up 3.52%. The OEX up 5.56%. And the NDX tacked on new green. X's today went up 11.11%. This feels terrible for me to be short, but I have stops in place on purpose, and the market structure just suggests that that's where it should go, even if it's short term, which is, I'll take it as I see it, and that's the way that's the way I'm trading. So pretty well balanced actually, for what it's worth, with bullish and bearish trades. Probably more bullish, like I always am, but quite a bit of just basically hedges on for the market because of the market structure we've been looking at. Until next time, take care, guys. It's going to be some short days this week for these reviews, and I might even have to skip one or two. So have a great week, and we will talk to you next time.